Hi, it's Ian here. You know, most of us, including me, are just far too anonymous. We can do amazing things for clients. We've got brilliant ideas. We can really help them, but just not enough of them know who we are, what we do, and how we can help. In this week's episode of More Clients TV, I'll talk about why that is, the two big reasons that cause that, and what you can do about it, and what I'm trying to do about it myself. I'll see you in a second. Hi, welcome back. So I promised you two big reasons why you're far too anonymous with your potential clients. And the first of those reasons is you are probably not showing up differently enough to your competitors. Now, I'm sure you are different to your competitors, but if you look at your content, the things you're sharing with the world that teaches potential clients what you know, what you're good at, how you can help them, there's a very good chance it's not a lot different to what others are saying. So if you look at your blog posts, your videos, what you share on LinkedIn, is it significantly different from what other people in your field are saying? Because if it's not, why would anyone share it? They're going to get no social currency from sharing something that the people they share it with have probably already seen in one form or another. There's probably no point in them commenting on it on LinkedIn because they've probably commented on stuff like it before. There's probably no reason for someone to invite you onto their podcast or their YouTube show if you're only going to share the same kind of opinions and ideas than their previous half a dozen guests have already shared. There's nothing new for their audience there. So unless what you say publicly in terms of your content and your ideas is significantly different to what other people are saying, you're just not going to get any visibility. Now, the other reason why you're too anonymous, the second reason, is that you are probably not distinctive enough. So difference is about what you say and what you do. Distinctiveness is about how you look, how you feel. So what I mean by that is, in a kind of sea of sameness as people scroll through profiles on social media, does your image and your headline look pretty much the same as everyone else's? It might be pretty, it might be nice and corporate-y. Does it just look the same? Do your posts look the same as everyone else's? Because if they do, as people are scrolling through in their busy lives, if it looks the same, there's no reason for them to click into it and to find out your wisdom. So even if you were saying something very, very different, if it's not distinctive, if it doesn't stand out, no one's ever going to know. And the other thing about distinctiveness is it also means people don't remember you. Because if you're not looking different to other people, then there's no reason for them to remember what you said as being from you. I mean, if you think about the number of times you've remembered something clever that you read or heard, and then tried to think about who said it, it's often really, really difficult. So distinctiveness is all about standing out and being remembered for the things you've said, and difference is all about saying something different. So how do you go about doing that? Well, in terms of saying something different, the reality is most of the work we do, most of the content we have is largely the same as our competitors, because there are accepted good practices in any particular field, things that just work. The point is that when you share content, if you're looking for visibility, don't share the 80% that's the same as everybody else's, or the 95% that's the same as everybody else's. Share the 5%, the 20% that's different and unique to you, where you have a different or controversial or just, unusual point of view and ideas that other people aren't saying. And if you do that, then people will be interested in having you on your podcast because it's new information for their guests. Then people will be willing to share you on social media because they're sharing something new and interesting. So they'll get social currency from that. Then people will be willing to comment on your posts on LinkedIn or Facebook because they're commenting on stuff they haven't heard before. They're prompted to comment. So you'll get much more visibility through that. In terms of being distinctive, that's all about being brave enough to adopt a kind of visual style that is different to what others are using. So in my case, for example, I've taken to using very comic book imagery in my videos and in my posts, partly because I like comic books and I've always been into them, but partly because I know that other people on LinkedIn, on YouTube, etc. are not using that. So as you scroll through your feed, my stuff will stand out and it's consistent. So maybe in 6 months' time, if you're thinking to yourself, I really need to stand out a bit more. There was that guy on YouTube said something interesting about that. Who? Oh yeah, it was the guy with the comic book imagery. Yeah, it was Ian Brody. So if you stand out visually, or I guess orally, or whatever format you're in, then people are much more likely to remember you more, and they're much more likely to notice you more, to get into your content, to then find out that it's different and interesting. So make sure you're trying to be distinctive to stand out and to get remembered, and different so that you get much more visibility. That's it for this week. Cheers.